It is Allah's way of honoring women, giving them dignity and shielding them from harm. For many women, the journey to modesty can be gradual. Some may have grown up wearing the hijab and dressing modestly from a young age. Others may be discovering the beauty of it later in life, and that's okay. What matters is that the effort is sincere. Even small steps taken towards pleasing Allah are multiplied in reward. Allah loves those who strive, even if they stumble. What is important is the direction of your heart. Dressing modestly is not limited to covering the body. It also includes how we speak, how we walk, and how we carry ourselves. Modesty is a way of life. It means lowering the gaze, avoiding unnecessary attention, and maintaining humility in our dealings. It means respecting our own worth enough to not let the world define it. Some may ask, but what if I don't feel beautiful in modest clothing? My sister, true beauty is not in how much skin you show, but in how much self-respect you hold. Islam teaches us that beauty is in haya, shyness, in adab, manners, in patience, and in purity. A woman who dresses modestly and fears Allah is more beloved to Him than any supermodel ever could be. You may face challenges. People might mock you, stare at you, or question your choices. But remember, the wives of the Prophet and the noble Sahabiyat, female companions, also faced criticism. They walked the streets of Mecca being mocked, but they held their heads high because they were walking in obedience to Allah. You are not alone. Every modest step you take is witnessed by the angels, and every insult you bear with patience is written as a reward. Modest dressing also affects our inner self. When we dress to please Allah, we begin to purify our intentions. We stop dressing to gain likes, to impress strangers, or to compete with others. Instead, we begin dressing with humility, gratitude, and sincerity. This creates a ripple effect. Modesty in clothing leads to modesty in behavior, and that leads to a heart that is more open to guidance. Another powerful aspect is that modesty is not just for unmarried women. It is for wives, mothers, daughters, and grandmothers. No matter your age or marital status, modesty remains your armor. It is your consistent act of worship, your shield in a world that values exposure over essence. You might be tempted sometimes. The trends may look appealing, the praise of others might feel rewarding, but remind yourself, the pleasure of Allah is greater than the praise of people. This life is short and Jannah is forever. Every time you choose to cover for the sake of Allah, you are planting a seed in your garden of paradise. So wear your modesty with pride, not arrogance but confidence. The kind of confidence that comes from knowing that the most merciful sees your efforts, appreciates your struggles, and will never let your sacrifices go to waste. May Allah keep us steadfast and make modesty beloved to our hearts. Ameen. One of the most powerful habits a Muslim woman can build into her daily routine is the habit of reciting and reflecting on the Quran. The Quran is not just a book to be read during Ramadan or when we are in need. It is a book of daily guidance, a source of healing, and the greatest source of clarity in a world full of confusion. When a woman makes the Quran part of her life, even just a few verses each day, her heart begins to transform. Her priorities shift. Her worries begin to fade. And most importantly, she starts to feel a closeness to Allah that no one else can give her. Many people think that reading the Quran has to be done in large portions, but the Prophet taught us that the most beloved deeds to Allah are those that are consistent, even if they are small. If you can only manage 5 verses a day or 1 page a day, then do that. But do it consistently. Don't let a day go by without opening the Book of Allah. Just like we need food and water every day to survive physically, our souls need the Quran every day to survive spiritually. Reciting the Quran brings light to the heart. It fills your home with barakah. It calms your mind and brings peace to your soul. Sometimes you may be feeling anxious or overwhelmed and you don't even know why. Then you sit down, open the Mus'haf and start reading, and suddenly you feel lighter. That's the power of Allah's words. Allah says in the Quran, indeed, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:28. What greater remembrance than the very words of Allah? But reading alone is not enough. Reflecting is just as important. When you read a verse, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what is Allah teaching me here? Is there a warning I need to take seriously? Is there a promise I can hold on to? Is there a command I should act upon? The Quran is full of stories, lessons, and wisdom meant to shape our thinking and purify our hearts. Allah didn't reveal this book just to be recited melodiously, but to be lived and understood. Sometimes we think we are too busy. Life is hectic. Between housework, children, school, work, and responsibilities, it can feel like there's no time. But the reality is we always make time for what we value. We make time for social media, for conversations, for entertainment. So why not for the Quran? It's not about having hours of free time. Even 10 minutes a day can be life-changing if done with sincerity.